Hello students. Now this is the second lecture in the quadratic equations, and in the first lecture we have solved all the problems given in the first exercise and you realize that it was a very simple exercise. And here in the second exercise what we do is we find the solution of the quadratic equation by the process of factorization. So we'll begin with that, and before I start, do not forget to join the Telegram group. The link has been given in the description where you will get all the uploads of 10th mathematics, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. So now in the second exercise, the first problem here, we need to find the roots by factorization. So given the quadratic equation, we need to find the roots. So how do we do that? So the first problem is x square minus 3x minus 10 equal to 0. Now how do we factorize this? So to factorize, what we have to do is, I need to find two numbers such that a into b is minus 10 and a plus b is minus 3. So a into b is minus 10 and a plus b equals minus 3. So we know that a into b is minus 10. So one has to be 5 and the other one has to be 2. So 5 into 2. Now which is negative? We shall see. And a plus b. So definitely the bigger number has to be negative. So minus 5 plus 2 equals minus 3. So you have minus 5 here. So I represent minus 3x as minus 5x plus 2x. The value does not change. So observe x square. So minus 3x is written as minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 equal to 0. So minus 5x plus 2x gives me minus 3, and minus 5 into 2 will give me minus 10. So now from these two I can take x common, so I get x into x minus 5. From these two I take 2 common, so I get x minus 5 equal to 0. So I get x minus 5 into x plus 2 equal to 0. So what happens? I have x minus 5 equal to 0, so therefore x is equal to 5, and x plus 2 is also equal to 0, so therefore x equals minus 2. So we get two values of x, which is minus 2 and 5, and both of them satisfy this equation. So if I put the value of x here in this equation, I get 0 here. So let's see if we do get 0. If I put minus 2 here, minus 2 whole square is 4. So I get 4. Minus 3 into minus 2 is plus 6 minus 10 equal to 0. So LHS is 0, RH is also 0. So you can substitute for 5 and check for yourself whether you get the right answer. You will get the right answer. So these are the roots of the equation x square minus 3x minus 10. So this is how we have to proceed. So the second problem is 2x square plus x minus 6 equal to 0. So now what has to be done? So again, as I said, I need to find a and b. So a into b, so a is 2, b is minus 6, so you get minus 12. And what is a plus b? A plus b, this value is 1, x into 1, so it's going to be plus 1. So when you multiply two numbers, I need to get minus 12. And when I add those two numbers, I need to get plus 1. So what are those two numbers? So how do I get 12? I get 12 where 1 into 12 is 12. Next 2 into 6 is 12. But I will not get 1 if I add them. 4 into 3 is 12. So if A is 4 and B is minus 3, I get 1. And 4 into minus 3 will give me minus 12. So definitely here I have 4 and minus 3. So x can be represented as 4x minus 3x. So this will give me plus x minus 6 equal to 0 here. Now from these two, what is common? 2x is common. So I get x plus 2. And from these two, minus 3 is common. So again I get x plus 2 equal to 0. So here I have 2x minus 3 into x plus 2 equal to 0. So I equate both of them to 0. X plus 2 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 2. Here 2x minus 3 equals 0, or 2x is equal to 3, or x equals 3 by 2. So these are the two values. So x is minus 2 and x is equal to 3 by 2. So let's move on. The third one, I have the equation root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. So now how do we proceed? So now again I need to find a and b. So if I multiply a into b, what should I get? 5 into root 2 into root 2. So I get 5 into 2, which has to be 10. And a plus b has to be 7. So it's very clear that it has to be 5 into 2. 5 into 2 is 10. 5 plus 2 is 7. So 7x can be definitely written as 2x plus 5x. So I have root 2x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 into root 2 equal to 0. Now what is common in these two? Root 2 into x. See, 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. So root 2 into x is common here. So root 2 into x is common. So I get x plus root 2 plus, in these two 5 is common. So again I get x plus root 2 equal to 0. So here we have x plus root 2 and then root 2x plus 5 equal to 0. Now I equate both of them to 0 again here. So x plus root 2 equals 0. So x is equal to minus root 2. And here we have root 2x plus 5 equals 0, or x is minus 5 by root 2. So these two are the answers. So x is equal to minus root 2 and x is also equal to minus 5 by root 2. So fourth one, we have 2x squared minus x plus 1 by 8 equal to 0. So this is a pretty tricky one. So this is a tricky problem. Here we have 1 by 8. So it is better that we avoid 1 by 8 or fractions. So let me take 1 by 8 common. So if I take 1 by 8 common, that means I am multiplying the entire equation by 8. If I divide and multiply by 8, so I basically get 2x squared minus x plus 1 by 8 equal to 0. So 8 by 8, the value of the equation does not change. So now I multiply this equation with 8. So when I do that, I get 1 by 8. So I have 1 by 8 into 8 into this entire equation. So I get 16x squared minus 8x. So here I have 8 into 1 by 8. So this becomes plus 1 equal to 0. So let's leave 1 by 8 aside for the time being. So now I have 16 into 1. So a into b is 16 into 1 and a plus b is minus 8. So we know that 4 into 4 is 16 and minus 4 is minus 8. So therefore I have 1 by 8 into 16x squared minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. So this is nothing but minus 8x. So what can be done? So from the first two, I take 4x common. So I get 1 by 8. So from the first two expressions, I take 4x common. So I have 1 by 8 into 4x. So I get 4x minus 1. And then from these two, I take minus 1 common. Again, I get 4x minus 1 equal to 0. So we are basically left with 1 by 8 into 4x minus 1 into 4x minus 1 equal to 0, or it is 1 by 8 into 4x minus 1 the whole square equal to 0. That means I have 4x minus 1 twice. 4x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x is 1 by 4 comma 1 by 4, because the same thing repeats. So both the roots are equal and it is equal to 1 by 4. So this is an important problem which you need to remember, right? So you have to remember the way in which we have solved the problem. The next one, 100x squared minus 20x plus 1 equal to 0. So if we observe, a into b equals 100 and a plus b equals minus 20. So very easy, we know that 10 into 10 is 100 and minus 10 is minus 20. So therefore 100x square, so minus 20x can be written as minus 10x plus 1 equal to 0. Now from these two, let me take 10x common, so I have 10x minus 1. Minus 1 common from these two, again I get 10x minus 1 equal to 0. So again we get 10x minus 1 into 10x minus 1 equal to 0. So if I equate one of them, 10x minus 1 equal to 0, I get x equal to 1 by 10 and again 1 by 10. So here the roots are repeating, right? So both the roots are the same and they are equal to 1 by 10. So problem 2, we have two subdivisions and we need to solve the problems given in the first example. So there are two of them. So there are two people, two friends, John and Jivanti, and both of them have 45 marbles. So if we assume that John has x marbles, Jivanti will have 45 minus x, because when you add both of them, the number of more marbles which both of them have, it will be 45. Now they have lost 5. Now John has lost 5, Jivanti also has lost 5 marbles. So now the number of marbles they have is x minus 5 and 45 minus x minus 5. So it's going to be equal to 40 minus x. So these are the number of marbles which John has and Jivanti has now, after each of them have lost 5 marbles. And now the product of these two is equal to 124. So multiply these two. X minus 5 into 40 minus x equal to 124. So when I multiply, I get x into 40. Then I have minus x square, that is x into minus x square, minus 5 into 40 gives minus 200. Then you have plus 5x equal to 124. So when I take all of them to RHS, so this becomes x square, this becomes 40 plus 5 is 45, when I take it to RHS it becomes minus 45x, this is minus 200 becomes plus 200 when I take it to RHS, so it becomes plus 200 plus 124, which is 324 equal to 0. So now we need to factorize them, we need to find the value of x. So I have 324. So when I add these two numbers a and b, I should get minus 45, and when I multiply them I should get 324. So how do I find them is the question. If you have bigger numbers, the best option is to divide the number. So we have 324. Let me divide it by 3. It gets divided by 3 because when you add all of them it is 9. So I get 108. Let me again divide it by 3. So I get 36. So 324 can be written as 36 into 3 into 3 is 9, isn't it? So now observe, minus 36 minus 9, when I add these two numbers, negative numbers, it gives me minus 45. So there we have got these two numbers. So x square minus 36x minus 9x plus 324 equals 0. So when I add these two, you get minus 45. So I take x common, x minus 36 minus 9 into x minus 36 equal to 0. So I have x minus 36 into x minus 9 equal to 0. So what is x? X is either 9 or 36. So what does this mean? This means that if John has x marbles, which is 9 marbles, Jivanti will have 36. Or if John has 36, Jivanti will have 9 marbles. So that is the conclusion what we make. The second problem, a cottage industry produces certain toys per day. So let the number of toys be produced per day be x. So x toys per day is produced by the cottage industry, and the cost of production of each toy was 55 minus number of toys produced. So what is the cost of production of each toy? Cost of production of each toy. So it is the cost of production, right? It is not the cost. That means how much cost is required to produce the toy, to manufacture the toy, is nothing but 55 minus number of toys which are produced that day. Alright, so that's 55 minus 6. Now the total cost of production, what is that? That is given to be 750. So what is the total cost of production? Cost of each toy is 55 minus 6. How many toys are being produced? X toys. For example, the cost of each toy, let this be some number, let's say 10 rupees. And let us assume that 5 toys are being produced. So what is the total cost of production? 10 into 5. Because each toy takes 10 rupees. Right? So here the total cost of production is 750, which is nothing but x into 55 minus 6. So 750 is equal to x into 55 minus x. So what is our job? Our job is to find the value of x. So here we have 55x minus x square. So if I take everything to LHS, I get x square minus 55x plus 750 equal to 0. Alright, so you have x square minus 55x plus 750 equal to 0. Again we need to find a and b. Now a into b is 750. A plus b is minus 55. So how do I find a and b is the question. So again very simple. You have 750. Let's divide 750. I divide it by 5. Alright. So I get 150. Again I divide it by 5. So here when I divide it by 5 I get 30. So observe here. 30. 5 into 5 is 25. So minus 30 minus 25 is how much? Minus 55. And when you multiply all of them, you definitely get 750 because we are dividing 750 by these three numbers, isn't it? So when you multiply all of them, it has to be 750. So now x square minus, so 55 can now be written as minus 30 minus 25. Of course this is negative. So you have minus 30x minus 25x plus 750 equal to 0. Take x common from the first two, so I get x minus 30 minus 25 into x minus 30 equal to 0. So x minus 30, x minus 25 equal to 0. And what is x? X is either 25 or 30. So the number of toys produced per day can either be 25 or 30. So both the answers are valid. So here we have a problem where we have two answers and both the answers are correct. Alright, so let's move on with the next problem. We have two numbers. The sum is 27 and the product is 182. So we need to find the two numbers. Alright. The sum is 27. So let the two numbers be x plus y equal to 27. So what is y? It is 27 minus x. Now one number is x, the other number is 27 minus x. So the product is 182. So you have x into y is 27 minus x equals 182. So this implies x into 27 minus x square equals 182. So I take all of them to RHS. So I get x square minus 27x plus 182 equals 0. So again we need to find a and b. So a into b is 182 and a plus b is minus 27. So what is the rule? Rule is take 182, go on dividing it. So with what do I divide? You start with 2. So when I start with 2, I get 91. Alright, so again, I need to check. Now, is 91 divisible by any number? It is not divisible by 2. It is not divisible by 3. So I go on checking and I find that 13 into 7 is 91. So definitely I can divide this by 7. So I have 13 here, I have 2 into 7 which is 14. So therefore minus 14 minus 13 equals minus 27. So now we have got these two numbers. So here I have x square minus 14x minus 13x plus 128 1. So here I have x square minus 14x minus 13x plus 182 equal to 0. So I take x common, x minus 14 minus 13 into x minus 14 equal to 0. So you have x minus 14 into x minus 13 equal to 0. So what is x? X is either 13 or 14. Alright? So x is either 13 or 14. So here, what are the two numbers? The two numbers are 13 and 14 to be precise. So when I say that x can either be 13 or 14, what are the two numbers? We need to find the two numbers. They are 13 and 14. You add these two, you get 27. You multiply these two, we get 182. That is what we have found out, isn't it? By doing this, a into b is 182, a plus b is 27 here. It was minus 27, but here, when you add these two, you get 27. There are two consecutive positive integers, the sum of whose squares is 365. There are two consecutive integers, so let them be x and x plus 1. The sum of their squares. I take their squares and I take the sum. And what is that equal to? 365. That is given in the problem. Right? So our main job is to convert the given statement into an equation. So now let me expand this. I get x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 365. So we have 2x square plus 2x. So I bring this 365 to LHS. So I get minus 364 equal to 0. So now let me divide this by 2. I get x square plus x minus 182 equal to 0. So here I have a into b, which is minus 182, and a plus b equals plus 1. So just remember, we just finished the previous problem where we multiplied two numbers and that was equal to 182. What are those two numbers? They are 14 and 13. So when do I get 1? So if a is 14 and b is minus 13, I get 1. And when I multiply 14 into minus 13, I get minus 182. Alright, so here I have x square plus 14x minus 13x minus 182 equal to 0. So we have x into x plus 14 minus 13 into x plus 14 equal to 0. So this gives us x plus 14 into x minus 13 equal to 0. So the numbers are x is equal to 13. I equate each of them individually to 0 and minus 14. Now what is being given in the problem? Two consecutive positive integers. So therefore minus 14 cannot be an option here because it's been given that they are two consecutive positive integers. So the only value which is valid is 13. So the two numbers are 13 and of course plus 14. Problem 5. The altitude of a right angled triangle is 7 centimeters less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeters, find the other side. So this is a right angled triangle, hypotenuse is 13. Alright, so now let the base be x. And what is the altitude? Altitude is the height. It's being given that it is 7 centimeters less than the base. So it is x minus 7. So when I have a right angled triangle, we know that x square plus y square equals z square. So we have x square plus x minus 7 the whole square equals 13 square. So I have x square plus, let me expand this, x square minus 14x plus 49 equal to 169. So 13 into 13 is 169 here. So now we have 2x square minus 14x. So we have plus 49 minus 169. Alright, so I get minus 120 equal to 0. Now let me divide the entire thing by 2. So I get x square minus 7x minus 6t equal to 0. So this is what we get. So now we have these two numbers. So now I have a into b, which is minus 6t, and a plus b, which is equal to minus 7. So how do I get those two numbers is the question. Again, divide 60 by 5. So if I divide 60 by 5, I get 12. Right? So 5 into 12 is 60, of course. I need minus 7. So if a is minus 12 and b is 5, I get minus 7. And minus 12 into 5 is minus 60. So we have got the two numbers. So we have x square minus 12x plus 5x minus 60 equal to 0. So x into x minus 12 plus 5 into x minus 12 equal to 0. So we have x minus 12, x plus 5 equal to 0. So I equate both of them to 0. So when I do that, what do I get? I get x is either minus 5 or 12. Alright? So if I individually equate them to 0. So can x be minus 5? Can the side, that is the base of a right angle triangle, be negative? No, it's not possible. So therefore, x is 12. If x is 12, what is the altitude? 12 minus 7, which is 5. So we know that 5, 12, 13 are Pythagorean triplets. So you should have guessed the value, since the hypotenuse was given to be 13, that one of the side is 12 and the other side happens to be 5. Problem 6 is very similar to the previous problem what we did, that is the cottage industry problem. So here again there's a cottage industry which makes pottery per day, right? You make different kinds of articles. So on a particular day, the cost of production was 3 times more than twice the number of articles produced that day. So let's assume that X number of pottery articles are produced per day, and on a particular day the production cost, what is the production cost? It is given as 3 more than twice the number of articles. Number of articles is X, twice articles is 2x, 3 more than is 3 plus 2x. So 3 more than twice the number of articles produced that day. So on that day the number of articles produced is x. So here we have 3 plus 2x. And then what is being given? If the total cost on that day is rupees 90, find the number of articles and the cost of each article. So therefore 90 is nothing but production cost into x, isn't it? So it is x into 3 plus 2x. So this is the production cost of one article. Production cost of x articles would be this into x. So here we have 90 equals 3x plus 2x square, or we have 2x square plus 3x minus 90 equals 0. So here what is being given? 2x square plus 3x minus 90 equals 0. So what is a into b? 2 into minus 90, which is minus 180. And then a plus b is plus 3. So I need to find the two numbers. So let me consider 180. Let me divide it by 2. I get 90. Again let me divide it by 3. I get 30. Now let me divide it by 2 again. I get 15. Alright. So let's stop here and let me multiply. So 2 into 3 is 6. 6 into 2 is 12. So I have 12. And I have 15. So how do I get plus 3? Minus 12 plus 15 is plus 3. Minus 12 into plus 15 will give me minus 180. So the two numbers are 15 and minus 12. So we have 2x square plus 15x minus 12x minus 90 equal to 0. Alright. So now 15x minus 12x will give me plus 3x. So here from these two expressions, let me take x common. So I get 2x plus 15 minus, here from these two expressions, what can I take common? Let me take 6 common. So I get 2x plus 15 equal to 0. Because I need 2x plus 15 here, I am taking 6 common outside. We cannot take 12 common because it's not a multiple here. So here minus 6, if I take outside, I get 2x plus 15. So minus 6 into 2x is minus 12x, and we know that 15 into minus 6 is minus 90. So we have x minus 6 and 2x plus 15 equal to 0. So here we need to find the number of articles. So if I equate both of them to 0, I get x equal to 6, or x is equal to minus 15 by 2. So the number of articles produced in an industry cannot be negative, so x is 6. So number of pottery articles produced per day is 6 here. And what about the production cost? So the production cost per article is 3 plus 2x. So to produce one article, the cost is 3 plus 2 into x. What is 2 into x? Which is 2 into 6. So I get 3 plus 12 equals rupees 15. Right? So to produce one article, the cost is 3 plus 2x, which is 15 rupees. So to produce x articles, so what is x? 6. 15 into 6 will give me 90. So we are actually producing 6 articles per day. So the total cost of production would be 6 into 15, which is 90, and that has been given in the problem, and we have verified that the answer is correct. Alright, so this is how we have to solve the problems given in the exercise, convert sentences into quadratic equations, and then find the solution here. So in the next video segment, we shall derive an interesting result. Okay, so here, is there an easier way or a formula to find the roots of a quadratic equation, where the quadratic equation is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0? Can I find the roots by using a formula? Yes, it is possible. So we shall derive the expression, and then we shall solve all the problems given in the third exercise. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and also you can join the Telegram group 10th Mathematics. The link has been given in the description, so that you do not miss out on all the further uploads of 10th Mathematics. So thanks for watching.